Being honest may not always give you a large crowd of friends, but it will always bring you the right ones. Integrity filters relationships. When you stand on truth, you don't need many people. You only need the right people. Stop wasting energy wondering what others think of you. Most people are too consumed thinking about themselves. The time you spend comparing your life to someone else's is the very time you lose building your own. Every second of comparison is a second stolen from your destiny. Don't attach your happiness to people because people change. Even your closest friend today can become a stranger tomorrow. Learn to be content with yourself, to find joy in your own company. If your happiness depends on another person's presence, you become weak. True strength is discovered in solitude. Share your progress, not always your plans, and you will stay motivated. Don't fear being alone. It is far better to walk alone than to walk with people who drain your soul. Remember this, the ones who demand the most from you are usually the ones who contribute the least. Take your responsibilities seriously, but never take yourself too seriously. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is evidence that you care, that something matters. Don't make permanent decisions when your emotions are temporary. Emotions are like the weather. They change. Build your choices on principles, not feelings. Never put anyone on a pedestal so high that they must look down on you. People often give advice from their own limited perspective, so weigh it carefully. Not everything you think needs to be spoken. Silence is often wisdom. Some people look bright until you hear them speak. Light travels faster than sound. Protect your words, because words reveal your wisdom or expose your ignorance. Happiness is not out there somewhere. It has always been within you. You owe nothing to your younger self, but you owe everything to the person you are today. Self-care is not indulgence. It is stewardship. You are your greatest obstacle, but also your greatest solution. Your parents may not hold academic degrees, but their wisdom often surpasses education. Don't despise their counsel. Honor the voice of those who carried you. Stop overthinking. Overthinking magnifies problems, twists the truth, and multiplies your fears. Ask yourself, will this matter in 10 years? Most of what angers you today will fade into nothing tomorrow. You only have one body. Take care of it. It will serve you for a lifetime. What you give to it is what it will give back to you. When someone insists too strongly that they're telling the truth, you can be sure they're lying. The only thing you truly have control over is how you use your time today. Don't ruin your role in life by trying to play someone else's script. Don't compare your behind the scenes struggle with someone else's highlight reel. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean they belong back in your life. Missing is part of healing. At first, we often choose partners based on looks, but later we realize our children are not raised by appearances. They are shaped by values. You cannot have everything. Life is an exchange. To find your real friends, listen carefully. They are the ones who speak well behind your back but correct you to your face. Letting go is painful, but it is often the most powerful decision you can make. The more victories you gain over fear, the more fearless you become. Never make someone a priority if they treat you as an option. If you try to be everyone's friend, you will betray yourself. You were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion. The greatest reality you must accept is change. Life is not one single journey. It is many journeys within one. You don't live once. You live multiple times through seasons, transitions, and new beginnings. And every time you embrace change, life becomes easier, richer, and more beautiful. When you train your heart to see the good in others, you begin to understand that no matter how dark life may appear, spring always comes again. You can cut down every flower in the garden, but you cannot stop the season of renewal. People will reveal themselves through their actions more than their words. If you listen closely, life speaks louder through deeds than through promises. Every choice you make, every step you take is creating a dot. And one day, when you look back, you will connect those dots and realize why you went through what you went through. Commitment is what ignites a vision, but it is consistency that moves you forward, and persistence that keeps you standing when life pushes back. You may fall in love more than once, and when love ends, don't despair. Sometimes the departure of someone you thought you needed is the very thing that frees you for the person you were meant to become. If someone is working to pull you down, it's only a sign that you are already above them. Do not make promises you have no intention of fulfilling. What is small to you could mean the entire world to someone else. Going back to your past mistakes or even a former relationship is like taking a shower only to put on dirty clothes again. Keep moving forward. Keep an open mind. Think like an artist, always creating, but also reason like a scientist, learning from trial and error. Your purpose is not hidden in some distant place. It is created right where you are. Purpose is born when you give meaning to your life and your work. Your life can change in a single moment, so never take the present for granted. Be grateful, be intentional, and use every moment for good. Wealth is not measured by what you accumulate, but by the richness of your experiences. Action will always produce clarity faster than overthinking. You cannot think yourself into transformation. You must act your way into it. Remember, the life you live is simply a reflection of your mindset. If you chase happiness, you will never find it. Happiness is not a destination, it is the way. All you truly have is now and what you choose to do with it. Be wise enough to seek advice, but discerning enough to know who you seek it from. If there is anything you can drop from your life, drop the ego. Pride is the greatest barrier to wisdom. The more grateful you become, the more beauty you will see all around you. Gratitude opens your eyes, softens your heart, and makes life appear far more generous than you imagined. You may not forget the wounds of yesterday, but in time you will stop caring about them, and when that day comes, peace will flood your soul. Success is rarely about how much you have. It is about how resourceful you are with what you already possess. Fear is the silent thief that controls most lives. It seeps into decisions, relationships, and opportunities. But when you learn to face fear, overcome it, and win victories over it, your courage expands. You cannot discover new horizons until you are willing to lose sight of the shore. It is never too late to pursue what you were born to do. Do not let the voices of naysayers discourage you. Their doubts are often reflections of their own insecurities, not of your capacity. What has already happened cannot be changed. Whether it was your mistake or someone else's, do not remain angry about it. Rise and face the challenge. Remember, people project their fears and limitations onto others. Build a shield around your mind and spirit so their noise does not shape your destiny. Your past is sacred. It is your story. Guard it carefully, for not everyone can understand it. Some may even use it against you. Your tomorrow can look completely different from your today, but only if you refuse to cry endlessly over what is not working. If you remain stuck in yesterday, tomorrow will never unfold. Sometimes life whispers your true identity, not through comfort, but through struggle. The world is trying to tell you who you are, and if you listen with faith and wisdom, you will discover it. But if you never pause to reflect, if you never stop to listen, you will miss the very lessons life is trying to teach you. Your journey will rarely unfold according to your plans, and believe me, that is a blessing. I remember moments when I thought I had hit rock bottom, sitting alone, feeling as though nothing good could come out of my situation. But it was in those very seasons of brokenness that I met people and learned lessons that shaped me for the future. Sometimes what feels like the end is only the beginning of wisdom. Understand these people are not for you or against you. They are for themselves. And that's all right, because what is ahead of you is always greater than what is behind you. There will be times when you must walk away, let relationships end, and release people you thought would stay forever. It is painful, but necessary. Your true friends, your covenant relationships are revealed not in your success, but in your lowest valleys. And when you feel there is no way out, remember this truth. The only way out is through. You are stronger than you think. Every storm you thought would break you has already passed, and you remain undefeated. Nobody will protect you as faithfully as you must protect yourself. And once you confront fear face to face, you'll discover it was never as powerful as it appeared. Out of difficulty, miracles are born. The moment you believe you can, you are already halfway there. But don't be deceived. Not everyone you meet carries pure intentions. Some smile with their lips but hide knives in their hearts. So guard your spirit and discern carefully. The days when you feel least like moving forward are the days you must move the most. Laziness in those moments steals momentum. And the only person you can truly control is yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. Stop exhausting yourself trying to change others, because people rarely change until they are ready. Instead, let hardships refine you. Ordinary people, through struggle, are prepared for extraordinary destinies. The future belongs to those who dare to dream, those who believe in the beauty of what they cannot yet see. Sometimes you only find your true direction when you surrender to the winds of change. Never shrink yourself to keep others comfortable. Pain will always visit you, but suffering is optional. You are braver than you know, stronger than you feel, and wiser than you think. Trust yourself. You have survived so much already, and you will survive what is coming. Change is not a threat. It is an invitation to live again. Every day you have a choice to make yourself miserable or to make yourself strong. And both choices require effort. Keep your expectations private, because when you broadcast them, disappointment often follows. Life is not always fair. The deceitful may rise for a season, but do not be discouraged. Your responsibility is not to complain, but to continue. Hoping and wishing don't create change. Decisions and disciplined action do. Honesty is a rare and precious gift. Don't expect it from those who are cheap with their character. Be patient. Time has a way of showing you that waiting was not wasted. Love yourself first, for you cannot truly love another until you do. Pain comes not to destroy you, but to teach you. Every scar carries a lesson. Good judgment is built through experience, and experience often comes through bad judgment. Do not chain yourself to the failures of your past. Let them become stepping stones into your future. The only limits in your life are the ones you accept in your mind. Challenges are not enemies. They are assignments that shape you. And letting go is not something you do once. It is a daily discipline, a choice you make again and again. The hardest roads lead to the most beautiful destinations. There will come a time when you must choose turn the page, write a new chapter, or close the book altogether. But know this: when you come out of the storm, you will never be the same person who entered it. That's the power of transformation. Courage, above all virtues, is the most important. Because without courage, you cannot consistently practice anything else: faith, honesty, integrity, or love. And remember, most people will deceive you if you give them the chance. Guard your heart, stand firm in your values, and never let temporary people distract you from your eternal destiny. You don't drown by falling into the water. You drown by staying there. Failure is not final unless you decide to remain in it. Life, by its very nature, is risky. And the greatest risk you can ever take is not failure. It is doing nothing. The tragedy of life is not that it ends too soon, but that many never begin living at all. Every new season of your life will demand a different version of you. Each level requires growth, stretching, and transformation. That's why you must take the first step in faith. You don't need to see the entire staircase before you begin. All you need is the courage to take the first step. Never allow anyone to convince you that you don't deserve what God has already placed in your heart. The chief danger in life is not failure, but the temptation to play it too safe. Safety may keep you comfortable, but it will also keep you small. The most important lesson in life is not learning how to win, but learning how to rise when you fall. Bad days are not wasted. They are builders. They carve out strength and character that good days could never teach. Let your pursuit of growth keep you so focused that you have no time left to criticize others. Most people complicate life unnecessarily, as though life were not already challenging enough. And one of the hardest lessons you'll ever face is realizing that not everybody wishes you well. Some celebrate your success in public, but resent it in private. That's why discernment is critical. True happiness is not measured by the absence of problems. It's revealed in your ability to face them. Without darkness, light has no meaning. Without despair, joy cannot be fully appreciated. Sometimes what feels like the hardest trial is only a blessing in disguise. We suffer, but suffering shapes us. It strengthens us, humbles us, and makes us wise. Stop rehearsing imaginary situations in your head. Reality is always different than the scenarios you create in your imagination. People will walk in and out of your life. Relationships you thought permanent will sometimes prove temporary. That's why forgiveness is so vital. You heal at the speed of your forgiveness. The more you release, the faster you are restored. And as you walk through seasons of pain, remember, hard times don't create heroes. Hard times reveal the hero that was already inside you. Happiness does not mean a life without challenges. It means having the courage and wisdom to face them. The most courageous decision you will ever make is to stop living in the shadows of your history and step into the future God has prepared for you. Nothing in your life will change unless you change. And often, we don't see people as they really are. We see them as we want them to be. Life operates by exchange. You cannot keep taking without giving. Whatever you withdraw from, you must also deposit into. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy toward what you can create. Maturity is the moment you stop making excuses and start making changes. And sometimes you won't understand everything right away. Life often reveals its wisdom with time. Some goodbyes, though painful, are actually the beginning of freedom. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. If you discover a strong sense of purpose, you will not need anyone to push you. Your passion will carry you forward. Life becomes lighter the moment you realize you don't have to know everything or pretend you do. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone believes again in the goodness of humanity. It is never too late to reinvent yourself. Yes, persistence sometimes bears bitter fruit, but without persistence, you'll never taste the sweet fruit of victory. To truly grow, there are parts of yourself you must be willing to let go. Obstacles are not barriers, they are invitations to find another way. If you run into a wall, don't give up. Climb over it, dig under it, or find a way through it. Remember this truth. You may not always get what you want, but if you remain faithful, you will always receive what you need. Sometimes you don't get what you want, but if you try, if you remain faithful, you will discover that life gives you what you need. The first step to any breakthrough is deciding you are not going to stay where you are. Growth begins the moment you make that decision. One of the hardest lessons in life is knowing which bridges to cross and which bridges to burn. Not every relationship is meant to continue, and not every opportunity is meant to be pursued. Pay attention, because lessons arrive when you are ready. Facing your emotions, no matter how uncomfortable, will make you stronger and happier in the long run than avoiding them. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is confronting fear and walking through it anyway. And if you believe in something deeply, stand up for it. Fight for it. Because conviction without action is wasted potential. Guard your thoughts when you are alone, and guard your words when you are with others. Why? Because your thoughts shape your life, and your words reveal your destiny. If you don't take control of your own life, someone else will spend it for you. So be grateful for what you have even as you pursue what you desire. Gratitude keeps your heart balanced, while ambition keeps your spirit moving forward. One of the greatest lessons life will teach you is this: wishing alone changes nothing. Dreams without discipline remain dreams. Sometimes you won't fit in no matter how hard you try, and that's not a curse. It's a calling. God never designed you to blend into every crowd. It's better to walk alone in purpose than to walk with many in confusion. Every journey has its final day, so don't rush through life. When one door closes, trust that another has opened, but don't stare at the closed door so long that you miss the one standing wide open before you. Trust your spirit. Trust your gut, because more often than not, it carries the quiet voice of truth. Never take people for granted. You never truly know the weight of someone's presence until it becomes their absence. And never back down from real challenges, because the greatest lessons are often hidden inside the hardest battles. You are both your best friend and your worst enemy, and the one you choose to nurture will determine your destiny. You cannot control how others behave, but you can always control your response. Don't cry because something ended. Smile because it was a chapter that added to your life story. Sometimes losing everything strips away the distractions and reveals who you really are. People only become better if they are willing to learn. Hard times are not meant to destroy you, but to reveal the strength within you. Speak up for yourself. Silence will never protect you. And understand this: you cannot force someone to change who has no desire to. Loving them does not mean sacrificing yourself endlessly. At some point, you must step back and let them walk their own road. Your life is the direct result of your choices. There is no magic formula, only consequences. Even in doing good, be wise, because kindness without boundaries will invite exploitation. You must decide: will you remain a victim of your struggles, or will you rise as the hero of your story? The most precious gift you have is time with those you love. Don't squander it. Happiness is not found in acquiring what you don't yet have. It is found in appreciating what is already in your hands. Your future is built from the lessons of your past, and your greatest responsibility is to yourself. Help yourself first, for no one else can live your life for you. Once you embrace this, you will begin to feel the freedom and control that were always within your reach.